Hey guys, this is IrieStarcraft and I'm back to cast another 2v2 match for you. This one will be on Stone Gulch and this will be game 3 between TheBOSS, the red Zerg player, and designRH, the blue Terran player. Their opponents will be Team Evil Genius, EGStrifeCro, the teal Zerg player, and EGAxslav, the purple Terran player. This is game 3, the last two games going to designRH and TheBOSS, and designRH apparently is doing a little ass kissing of Team EG, and I won't lie, I may, if I ended up getting matched up against them at some point, which I probably would never happen given the dynamics of Starcraft matchups, I may be doing a little bit of that myself, though as you can tell I'm not very impressed so far with Team EG's performance in these last couple of games. But on the other hand, designRH and TheBOSS have shown that they really know what they're doing. It looks like designRH may be going for something even more crazy. He's got a really early refinery coming down here, and that could be normal timing for Hellions. I'm not 100% sure, but that's not normal Hellion timing for me, though I'm definitely no expert at that build. But this seems like really early, like we could be thinking possibly Reapers or something like that. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what designRH decides to go for this game, but they did switch their strategy up last game, though TheBOSS has been sticking with the 10 pool. So we'll see if he continues with just that that early Speedling tech route, while StrifeCro continuing with his defensive pools. This looks like maybe even a 14 pool this time. Very defensive and economic there. And EGAxslav throwing down his refinery just now. Refinery after barracks. So that doesn't necessarily signal Hellions, whereas this build is a bit more Hellion friendly, though. So much gas already for designRH. I keep thinking he's going to do something like Reapers. I don't know why. I keep thinking, I have this weird feeling that this is not a standard Hellion gas timing. So anyway, I'm ranting about that, but I like this from EGAxslav. Going to start throwing down some buildings up here at StrifeCro's base to help create a bit of a wall off. They know they've been dealing with some really early rushes lately, as the reactor is coming down on the barracks at the front and another supply depot here to complete the wall in. It will be a weak wall though, definitely, with a reactor and a supply depot here. So we'll see what ends up happening here. He may be doing a factory swap here for some Hellions with this reactor, though I don't see the factory coming down yet. He doesn't have enough gas. So it'll be interesting, but we do have Zerglings now meeting out here in front of the left team's base, and TheBOSS continuing to reinforce that. So nothing new from TheBOSS, just sending out a bunch of Zerglings. We have a stray SCV from designRH. Looks like it got left behind after killing a scout. So that's always frustrating. Always remember, tell your teammate, don't just sit back. Tell your teammate they have an SCV in your base, because they probably forgot, and they'll be eternally grateful to you. And so let's check in on designRH here. He did end up going for that factory and the reactor, which he just did the swap, so we are going to be seeing Hellions from him. So I was wrong. I thought he was getting sneaky with that really fast gas, but perhaps that fast gas is to just try and maybe he's figured it out to where he can get the Infernal Pre-Igniter quicker this way if he goes for a really fast gas. So as he is doing that same build, it looks like, as the first game, where he gets the reactor and tech lab on his barracks and just uses TheBOSS as the human shield of Zerglings, I should say the Zergling shield, that allows him to get all the Hellions he needs without having to build any Marines. Looks like we had a misclick there as he was canceling an add-on. And so I expect to see something very similar to game 1, where he's going to do a timing push with these Infernal Pre-Igniter, or when it gets finished here. And I can already hear the groans from some of you already. Oh god, it's going to be Hellions and Zerglings. But hey, you never know, man. There's nothing really. It's exciting to watch this stuff because, number one, it's very fast-paced and high-mobility armies. Number two, you love to see when it fails too, and watch what these guys can do. And when it does work successfully, you can take notes off of what these guys could have done better. Such as, look at StrifeCro with his roach wall. He's preventing that entire run by, and then at the same time EGAxslav with his wall in here, even getting an early siege tank. So they are definitely playing it defensive. They're definitely planning on this Hellion Zergling strategy. So we'll see if it works and what the boss and designRH will try and do. Are they going to try and change their strategy up a little bit? No. The Zerglings are going to try and take on the Roach Wall head on. And if this Roach Wall starts to break, the Zerglings will be able to get through. A couple more kills and the Zerglings can, the Hellions can get through now if the Hellions want to run in there. Instead, they're going to stay and focus on the Roaches. Too many Zerglings. And there she blows again. Hellions and Zerglings FTW. Torching up drones everywhere. The Infernal Pre-Igniter has finished. And there just weren't enough Roaches. And I feel bad for StrifeCro right now. As now EGAxslav is really, he has no chance in this game. He is going to send his units to their doom. I would have liked to maybe see EGAxslav in that situation. I think I would have liked to see EGAxslav just concede this, concede StrifeCro, concede the base, and try and perhaps switch to some Banshees or something like that, and come back in this game. As you've seen, players like Power and other top-notch Terran players and Protoss players as well manage to come back in these games when their Zerg partner dies and there isn't much they can do about it. But anyway, it's bad luck. StrifeCro gets this ramp and EGAxslav gets this ramp, and that really put them in a bind, as StrifeCro could have held this ramp much more easily with his Roach Wall than this wall. And as soon as a couple of those Roaches went down, the Zerglings and Hellions were right in there. So very well played by the right team, showing that they definitely have the Hellion Zergling strategy mastered, and they're definitely pretty good at the proxy barrack strategy as well in these 3 games, going 3-0 against Team Evil Genius. Now I do have some more submissions involving Team EG and Select and Optic Zero, so I'm going to get to some of those games pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And that is going to do it for me this game. This is IrieStarcraft, and I want to thank designRH again for sending me these replays, and that's it for me, so peace out.